tarot in the shadows messages and see what's coming out as the most important message for you whenever you find this, day or night, anytime. Let's see what we have for you.
The shadow self is the parts of ourselves that have been pushed down to the unconscious. The parts that we're insecure about, ashamed of, or frustrated with, and therefore repress. The concept of the shadow self is based on the notion that we figuratively bury those pieces of personality that we fear would not be welcomed, accepted, or loved by others. Therefore, we keep them in the shadows. In short, our shadow selves are the versions of ourselves that we do not show society. So what is shadow work? This is the practice of loving what is and setting the shame and judgments free so that we can be our true selves. As Victor Hugo famously said, the greatest happiness of life is the conviction that we are loved. Loved ourselves, or rather, loved in spite of ourselves.
So, from the Oracle of Shadows and Light, we have the Witch at the end of the world. She's card number 45. An important end, a new beginning. Because it's coming up in tarot in the shadows, it could be something that's causing, I'm hearing some fears. You know, when you are starting a new beginning, it's a new beginning because you haven't done this before. So you don't quite know what to expect. Let's see what spread comes out to receive our message most perfectly. The baseball diamond spread. Oh, the last time this one came out, they talked about us hitting it out of the park every time. So we're going to go ahead and go into the baseball diamond spread. This is a spread that I got from the book, The Power Tarot, for any of you that are interested. But with the Witch at the end of the world, it's an end that's important and a new beginning. So for our tarot, I'm going to use the Neoteric Feminine Tarot again. Let's see what we have going on in this energy for you. So thankful and grateful for your beautiful presence. So thankful and grateful for the growth on our channel. It is our channel. No, it's not my channel. It's our channel because this is where Spirit speaks to all of us. Okay. So let's see what we have coming out tonight with the Witch at the end of the world. Oh, okay. They do want me to read her message once we get the spread pulled right from the book. So we'll do that too. All right. What's the most important messages we have for the tribe right now for their overall love, peace, health, wealth, and happiness, for their highest, lightest, and brightest good praise in all our days, starting here, okay? Got all 6 cards out for our spread. Let's go into the book and see what the Witch at the end of the world message is. She is card number 45, so that's Emperor and Hierophant energy. 4 plus 5 equals 9. That's Hermit energy. Stability and then changes. So stability brings changes that equal a completion, okay? Where everything comes together and makes sense is what the numbers are showing me. About the Witch at the end of the world. Storms fly about her. Electrical whips crack through the heavy air with their bites of fire. And she sits among them, hugging her hourglass, holding everything together till the force creating the change has done its work. When the Witch at the end of the world makes her appearance in a spread or a divination casting, you will know that something's time has come. There can be no more delaying, for the change has begun. So the best thing for you to do now is prepare for this change. Find solutions to challenges that will come up when the change comes. You'll be fine, by the way, and all will be well, but there will be a time of seeming chaos and difficulty. If you are prepared to let go and change and let something in, the Little Witch's countdown will not affect you as it will affect others who refuse to acknowledge that changes are coming and become fearful at their inevitable approach. There's nothing to fear. but plenty to prepare for. You will be safe and well and very ready to embrace the new world. The witch at the end of the world speaks. I am not wicked, but I am a witch, and changes are made when the world bends and shifts. I hold this hourglass up to you now so you know that the time for an ending is almost upon us. You can see the signs all about you. The strange weather, the hurricanes, the cyclones, the earth changes all about us. But so many simply say, I am wicked for showing you this. They blame me for what they call the catastrophes and they ignore the signs. They are with you, and it is time to be ready. We are all about to experience a huge change, and it will be for the better. But while we hold on to the old, the storms will blast us, and the land will shift, and self-healing will look like destruction. The divination message. Experience an important and significant rearrangement of life on a personal or global level, affecting power sources, systems, and relationships, changes in law, legal systems, the economy, and values and beliefs. There may be a need to be able to live more simply and in harmony with nature. There is nothing to be frightened of, only a voyage to weather, and you'll make it through to the other side of the storm. The changes are part of our journey to a fifth dimensional world, of the shift to a more peaceful planet where shadows and light are loved and accepted. All is well, and the little witch will keep the world safe till we reach the other side of these changes. All is well, all is well, all is well. Interesting. Interesting so far. So let's go straight into our tarot cards that we have pulled out to go with this witch at the end of the world message that we received. Talking about changes, personal and global, or global. But while I was reading it, I heard personal and global. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups does talk about romantic interests and messages that are heartfelt. But Spirit showed me that every time I see this card, it means spiritually guided. Being spiritually guided is so important for us at a time where our world is literally going through all the changes that the book talked about. Changes in power structures, financial systems are changing, changes in the economic situation and the political situation, changes in society's perspectives are happening left and right. Let me just dig below. They said dig below the deck a little bit. Let's see what spiritual guided changes are talking about. The Nine of Wands, the end of a system, the need to rest and reconsider some options. The Four of Swords, putting situations to rest, finding peace after the Three of Swords, major disappointment. Okay, so changes are coming. Spiritually guided is important. Being spiritually guided, remembering that we have our spiritual guidance to lean upon, to rely on, and to trust. So your intuition should always be at every party with you. And there's a reiteration of that with the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Our first position is home plate. Where you are now and what is beginning. It's giving us Two of Wands in reverse. And that Two of Wands in reverse is looking like, well, you had already made a decision. You had already made a choice. And they're saying, yeah, when you make a choice, the universe hears you. And the power of thought is so powerful and so all-invasive that it reaches globally instantly. It's like the minute you make a decision that you're truly in alignment with, and they're showing me mind, body, and soul alignment, like you truly choose something, the entire universe hears you instantly and conspires to bring that to you. If we can hold that choice with consistency, it draws energy to it more rapidly, more potently. And so they're saying a choice has been made. This is where you're at. You have made a choice. So at the Pitcher's Mound, let's see what's coming at you in our second position. The Hermit, a journey. A journey where you have to trust your own guidance. It's dark outside, but you have light in your hand, and you can watch as you take each step carefully, your steps are guided. You know what to do. You can trust yourself. You're a soul searcher. So because of a choice that's been made, some soul searching is happening at this time as well. You're going to have to trust your own guidance. Then no matter what's going on out there, while the systems are changing and the situations are rearranging, that you can trust in the guidance that's coming from your own soul. And that is not, you don't need anybody to, I'm hearing you don't need anybody to join hands with you and say, come on, let's go. You can trust in yourself. You can take each step confidently, I'm hearing. Okay. So in the first base, our first step, where are you headed? What's the first phase of this? The Two of Swords. Well, the thing is, the Two of Swords is saying there's some things coming that you can't see. You got to understand that in this choice that you made, it was going to institute changes. And some of the changes are things that you didn't expect. You didn't see these things were going to come. But I'm seeing they're part of the fulfillment of the choice that was made. A choice has been made. As a result, things are going to have to change to make that choice come into play, to make that choice a reality. But a lot of the stuff that's going to come in and change, you didn't see that it was a part of this. Okay, so some of you, there's going to be changes around relationships because of the personal choice that you made. That there's going to be situations where people is going to fall off of your experience. They won't be part of the next dimension for you. They did talk with the witch at the end of the world about coming into the fifth dimensional energy. So that's highly spiritual. Also, as regards to the world, I know there's a lot of people out there making a lot of choices right now because what they're seeing out there is not fulfilling. It's not satisfying. It is quite upsetting. So there's a lot of people, especially part of this collective, who are choosing other than that. And they're choosing things like, you know, peace and unity and kindness and respect. They're choosing inclusion, thank you, inclusiveness for humanity. Okay. And in that, the resetting of these systems that are doing anything other than that is going to require changes that people didn't see these things coming. Because there's things going on under the surface that you were never even aware of, which is part of what has resulted in what has become, that you have decided, well, I choose other than that. I don't want to get involved in this. I'm going to choose something better than this to replace it with. Okay, good on you. Let everything fall into place now. Okay, interesting. Second base, where you're headed in the next phase. Let's see. I want to see all these cards before I go too deep into this. Two of Pentacles. Now we have 222 in this energy field. That's interesting as heck. Okay. Two of Pentacles. The next phase is a change. So first is a change of the mind. Then is a change of the physical reality. Interesting. With that, they just showed me people's perspectives are changing. Yeah, it's like a lot of people who voted for a certain person, and then, you know, when that certain person that they voted for started doing a bunch of asinine stuff that they could not predict, they didn't see that coming, they've changed their mind because now their world is changing. As a result, things have changed. Okay. But in response to that, a lot of people have changed a lot of ideas they've had as well. A lot of people have changed a lot of ideas they had, realizing that, you know, the choices they had made before was, I heard ill-informed. A lot of people have realized that some of the choices they made were very ill-informed. Okay. Let me see the third base, where you're headed. The final phase is the Fool. Walking away, and literally it's giving me the same energy, trusting that everything is going to fall into place. You know, a choice has already been made. We've all been choosing something. It involves the rearranging of things that we didn't realize were connected to this. We didn't realize we're going to have to make certain changes. Changes in the way we think and changes in our physical reality come as a result of that. But that also is going to put us in this place where we end up trusting in the journey and saying, hey, I know what we need, we receive. We receive what we need, That's just the way it works. I'm hearing, and that's just the way it works. They're giving me this old song. I can't even get it. It's like it's like that maybe. It was from this old movie called Teen Witch. Maybe from the 80s. The old movie called Teen Witch. And there's a scene where this white boy is rapping. I can't remember, but it's like they're saying it's like that. Okay, interesting. Witchy energy for sure. Okay. The result, the resolution, and the outcome is the Queen of Cups. Wow. Receiving and psychic awareness, compassion, kindness, psychic awareness. So let me just look at this for a moment. I'm seeing the new beginning is really going to make you happy. But some of the things that have to change on the way to getting this new beginning, like you really didn't see them coming. Okay, thank you. They're giving me a great example. When I used to be in my old shop location, the building was just despicably just out of repair. It was ugly. It was old. The owner never fixed nothing. I mean, the unit next door got crashed into by a car and he didn't fix it. And it sat like that for like 2 years, just boarded up. And the unit had been empty for like 4 or 5 years. The building was not upgraded, maintained in any kind of way. It was just an old, decrepit building. And I remember asking God, I said, you know what? This building don't represent the high-end, beautiful, high-quality services that I offer, so fix it. What I didn't know was for that fix it to happen, which I asked for, 2 of Wands. You asked for a change, whatever it is. And this could totally be related to the reading that I did earlier at the studio today. For some of you, you already said fix it. And this is a follow-up. For some of you, they're showing me that as well. But what I didn't see coming was part of the fixing it was going to be, there was a whole quarantine that happened and I was going to have to move out and work out of my house for a little while. And then muster the courage to get the new location. Which, when I say muster the courage, it was really muster the courage because the overhead became like 3 or 4 times what it used to be before this change. So they're giving me this example because something you asked for is happening. And it's going to look real dark to get it, which is perfect because I was going to do the blue lights like I usually do, but they were like, no, let it be a black background. I'm like, okay. So the only thing that really shows tonight is me and this table. Interesting, because that's the Hermit card energy that's right here, sitting at the pitcher's mound. So at the pitcher's mound, you decided you wanted something that called on your soul. But to get this, you're going to have to make some changes. And because to get the fixing the situation and make, which now y'all know the studio really matches my vibe. It's perfect, right? But changes had to happen. And I didn't see that coming. I didn't think about what it was going to be like to let go of and move out of my old studio and not have a studio for about a year. And I didn't think about all those changes. So in this situation, it's likewise. You asked for something to be fixed. You didn't realize what it meant it was going to take for that to actually happen. It does happen. You end up really happy with the results, delighted even. Truly delighted even. However, the steps to get there is the part that you couldn't see coming. The steps to get there is the thing that you got to keep your faith up through that. Yeah, you do. Yeah, because they're showing when it's time for the separation from what was, from the ending, an important ending and a new beginning was the message. There's the ending right there with the Two of Swords. Two of Swords talks about separation. It talks about a division. It talks about can't see you, can't see it. It's changing, okay? Non-communication for some. There's going to be some non-communication here. But something you didn't see coming. Yeah. Something you didn't see coming. So let me get the heart's hidden secrets out and see what else Spirit's going to reveal for us about this situation. Show me this choice. A choice had been made. Let's get more specific, please, and more detailed for the tribe. Choice has been made. Okay. Choice has been made. Pride, arrogance, ego, and stubborn. There's a tiger here. It's the eye of the tiger. It's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rivals. Okay, so there, you made a choice. I heard to have some pride about you, to stand up to the enemies, the rivals, to meet the challenges that they were presenting to you. You said, no more. I'm not doing that no more. You said, I'm not putting up with this no more. You said, fix it. You said, I'm not treated this way no more. For somebody, that's totally acceptable. For a lot of you, they cut me off when I said for somebody. They said for a lot of us, that's exactly what it was. Like, I'm not taking this treatment no more. And they are showing that through this changes where it requires you to really keep your courage up, to keep your self-determination and your self-motivation up. Tiger's Eye, if you like to work with crystals, could totally be the right amplifier for your choice, for your voice, for your courage, for your strength in this, because you're going to need all that. I see a person who just wanted to find their courage, to find their strength, to learn how to speak up for themselves. I see somebody specifically who you've been stepped on your whole life and you're just tired of being a footstool for everybody. You're tired of being another brick in the road. Fuck a brick in the wall. I heard you tired of being a brick in the road for people to step all over. You decided you're going to stand up for yourself. You're going to find some courage and some self-pride. Take care of yourself. See, a lot of people out here in this world, they're too prideful. But a lot of the ones who's part of this golden-hearted tribe energy, you haven't had enough pride because you let everybody else have the pride. You've been too submissive. I heard submissive to a fault. Yeah, some of the tribe has really been there. And to learn to stand up for yourself and speak up for yourself and defend yourself has taken a lot. It's taken a lot of courage, and it was scary. I'm hearing that, and it is scary, okay? So I see that a lot of tribe is still learning this, still learning how to have a voice, how to have your opinion, how to assert yourself, how to speak your mind and put your foot down when somebody thinks they're going to put that foot on your neck. I hear you saying, I don't deserve to be treated this way. And they're saying nobody has the right to treat you that way. And that's what they're saying to me. Yeah, nobody has the right to treat you that way. I heard, yeah, you've been standing out as different, and the difference about you has made a lot of people try to come against you throughout your whole life. And one of the things about that is, you know, anytime you're not normal, they feel threatened by you. Yeah, anytime you're not just like everybody else, they feel threatened by you. Ooh-wee. The 9 of Cups fell to the floor. I'm going to put it back in, but the thing of it is they want you to know is, listen, one of the reasons why they act this way is because these qualities, these traits, the same things that made you different, boy, they sure wish they had those abilities. They sure wish they were like that. This is like the pretty girl that got bullied. This is like the girl who was super, or the boy who got straight A's, you know what I'm saying? The boy who was super athletic and ended up getting bullied. Okay, by all the other kids. Why? Because you were too fucking good at it. The person that could read so well when the class read out loud together, that all the kids who couldn't read as well as you, they made fun of you, called you names. And it wasn't because you did anything bad. It was because they couldn't keep up with you. And there's a lot of them that couldn't keep up with you. So, you know, they all teamed together. Knuckleheads love each other's company, and they love to get together and you know, get against the one that's different. The one that's different. Maybe I see some of you, you know what, I see somebody here. Well, all the other kids were dressing like thugs, or, you know, dressing like they were quick and easy. You were not. They dressed like a freaking Stop and Shop, but you were not. You were very clean cut, kept yourself covered up. I see somebody who spoke a different language and had a different cultural background. I see a young lady whose family is from a Middle Eastern culture, and so part of your culture was to keep yourself covered, like from head to toe. Only thing they could see was your eyes. And all of these differences, which whatever they were, somebody, it was just you were the only one with melanated skin around a whole bunch of light-skinned folks, and whatever was their reason, they bullied you. They treated you like an outcast. They wanted you to feel like an outcast. I said, so how dare, they said, so how dare you look so different, act so different, and be smarter than them? Like, you were really intimidating to them, which is why they tried to intimidate you, is what I'm saying. Like, you intimidated them because you were too different. On top of it, too able in ways that they were not unique. They were not able. Yeah, that's what they're showing me. Let me see some more here. Yeah, 8 of Swords. They wanted to get you stuck in your head. They wanted to try to knock you down a notch. And then Spirit saying, yeah, remember, they don't try to do this if they don't see you above them. You were different from everyone. You made a decision based off of the way people were treating you. You said, I'm never going to let myself be treated like this again. I see you made a decision to stand on your own 2 feet, to stand up for yourself, to learn how to defend yourself, to not be intimidated by their bullying, by their hating, by their trying to tear you down. And the thing it is, yeah, some of you went through this at home. Some of you dealt with this experience in your own house, where it's like siblings, or, family members, cousins, whatever it was. Black sheep energy of the family. Like, seriously, watch out for the black sheep of the family, because they usually come back and become the big dog of the family. You know what I'm saying? The one that really got it all, the one that really accomplishes it all. It's like the more resistance, people don't understand that the more resistance they put on your back and in your head, the stronger it makes you, not only physically, the more resilient it makes you, even mentally and emotionally. Yeah, there's this energy here of you've been called so many names. They're going to have to come up with something pretty crafty to hurt your feelings nowadays, because you've been through too much. You've been through too much in the past. Like, I'm hearing there ain't nothing as bad as the way they did me when I was a kid. Yeah. I just see like you're a whole different person now. And I see you've been through this whole process. Like, because you decided you were going to find your courage. You were going to stand up and be proud of who you are, how you are. Somebody, this has to do with your identity, your sexual identity, your romantic preferences, that's also showing up here. I ain't even gonna lie, because of the word pride. As soon as I seen that, I saw, people who have been through hell because of their preferences. No matter what, there's somebody here who tried to make you feel like you really wasn't shit because of your preferences. They really tried to get you caught up in your head, get you stuck, try to get you realize like, no, we don't like your choices. But you decided to move out of that energy. You decided you were going to do something different. You decided, I don't have to stay here. Somebody here, you actually made a decision to leave home. I'm hearing very young. You decided to leave home very young. And that has been everything in your life. That has truly affected your experience. So let's go back to our second position now. What's coming at you? Okay. At the Pitcher's Mountain, where we had the Hermit. Because of the choice you made, right? You are going to have to trust in your own guidance instead of what everybody else is talking about. You're going to have to learn to depend on yourself and become your biggest cheerleader and light your own pathway, because nobody was coming to help you. Nobody was coming to say, well, here's my light. Let me help you light the path. Nah, you had to hold the light and walk the path at the same time in a very solitary journey. Like, you felt very alone a lot of the time in your life. I see that. And again, some of you, you're barely in this energy now, where it's like, until this point in life, you thought you had friends, you thought you had supporters, but when you realized that they were just trying to keep you stuck in a place that was suiting their best interest, you said you weren't going to do that no more, which means you had to walk away from everything and everyone. That's what I'm seeing here. Show me more. Why the Hermit is coming out as what's coming at you. Show me what's coming at the tribe, please. Make it clear and specific. What's coming at the tribe? Thank you. Love it when they give me just that one card. What's coming out the tribe? Possibilities. But again, they're highlighting with this possibilities card. Like, there's two people jumping, right? There's two parachutes, two people parasailing. But the thing of it is, each one has their own parasail. So look, there might be somebody else who's on a similar journey than yours. But you, nevertheless, you're the one that's got you. You have to take care of you. Like the other person on their thing ain't holding on to your strings that keeps you afloat. You have to hold on to your own strings that keeps you afloat. You can't rely on somebody else to do it. That person is taking care of theirs. You got to take care of yours. So you can get to these possibilities. There are possibilities for you. So what's coming at you is because you're willing to travel a different path on your own. I'm hearing unencumbered by the weights of all the entourage. You're going to be able to go places where everybody else can't go. They're showing me that it's like a crevice, a space that you got to get through, but it's not fit for the whole crew. Like there's not in the physical realm. You can bring your spirit crew with you. They fit everywhere. But in the physical realm, you're going to have to do this by yourself. Just like these people who had jumped off of a plane, they took a risk, they took an adventure, they freed their spirit from whatever, everybody else just still riding on the plane. You decide, I'm getting off here. I'm getting off of this ride. You're not taking me where you want me to go. I'm going to go where I want to go. I'm seeing, because somebody else was in charge of that plane. Everybody was on a big jumbo jet. They're giving me an image of like military people, right? And they're all being taken somewhere. But to escape going where they're going, they were going into some shit that ain't nothing you wanted to be a part of. You had to jump ship. You had to grab your whole parachute and jump ship. You had to go on your own. You had to leave all of that behind you. Let them go do what they're signed up to do. That's what they gave me, what they signed up to do. They signed up to do it. You didn't want to do this. You didn't sign up to do this. You didn't want to do this. They were trying to make you come along and do what they wanted you to do. This is all symbolic, and I'm not even sure that's the best example. Lord of mercy. You couldn't give me a better example than that? Well, that's the best one we came up with for you to relate at this time. Okay, fair. Anyways, you decided to go your own way. You're not the only one that went your own way, but you're the only one that's on your path. You decided to take your path. I'm not doing what everybody else says I need to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. Okay. What else about what's coming at you? The Five of Pentacles. Yeah, you had to leave everybody off. Leave them alone. They wanted you to feel lost without them. And because I heard, I'm lost without you. Yeah, they wanted you to feel lost without them. Somebody wanted you to feel broken and alone and needy. Like you are missing something for being without them. Wrong answer. They're saying wrong answer. That's not what it is. You're okay with going on your own. I heard they said you'll never make it on your own. That's not facts. That's not your truth. That's not who you are. That's not how you be. Okay, show me more about what's coming at you. Comfort. Look at that. So part of this journey is learning to be comfortable on your own. You're going to learn to be comfortable on your own. You're going to learn that it's actually easier and more comfortable without these people second guessing you and naysaying you and telling you what you can and can't do every time you turn around and trying to knock you for your dreams and for your choices every time you turn around. You're like, I may even go with less than what I had when I was around all them. Yeah, it's less people to talk to, less stress because I have less people's problems to deal with, less drama because ain't nobody starting stuff. I get to make my own choices. I get to come and go as I please. I get to do whatever I want, whenever I want, and nobody has nothing to say to me. They wanted you to be really uncomfortable, to get real feeling like you can't do nothing by yourself, to feel like you are broke and lonely and all that stuff. Yeah, that's not happening. As a matter of fact, you're like, I'm so glad I'm by myself. This is great. I'm so glad I'm the one that gets to make the choices and decide for myself instead of having somebody to try to tell me. So at your first base, where you're headed first phase, was the Two of Swords. There are some things that you couldn't see that was going to be part of this journey. There were some separations that were going to occur. There was going to be part of this journey. Why? Because of your pride. Because you realized like you had to live with some pride instead of being somebody's step stool. The return, Lord of mercy, what you couldn't see. Second chance, opportunity, making amends. And then I'm getting clay in the potter's hands. What's interesting, what you couldn't see is different ones would try to make their way back. Different ones would try to come back into your life even after they separated from you. They realized that even though they wanted you to feel so alone and lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely. I have nobody for my own. Yeah, now they want to work with you. Oh, they thought that they were gonna make you feel so broken and so messed up behind leaving you alone. And turns out they were the one like, hey, you know, it looks like you're doing okay by yourself. Well, do you think you could help us out? Excuse me? What? Yeah, no, they was going to try to come back and try to work with you and try to figure out why haven't they come back yet? Well, they must be doing all right by themselves. They're asking you to trust them. Interesting. I'm hearing, but how could you? I heard, but how could you? And I see somebody who's smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place. And what they're saying is actually this. They're saying, you know you can trust me. You know me. And so somebody here that thought you were going to fall flat on your face by yourself. They're coming back, talking about how you can trust them. And they're coming back because they thought you were going to come back to them, needing them, wanting them, missing them, so alone and lonely without them, so broken, disturbed and disrupted because no, that's exactly what did not happen. You went about your happy life. Now they're seeking you out. As you gone about your happy life, they're seeking you out. This is going to happen. Okay. But it's interesting because, you know, this whole thing for you is about being on your own and trusting your own guidance. And I'm good energy. Like, I'm so good on my own. Like, thank you so much for being such a jerk and being against me all the time to where I left, because now what I figured out is I can do this by myself. I don't need you or any of them neither. Y'all can stay over there because I'm not going back over there. No, you can't come over here is the vibes I'm seeing. Yeah. But they're going to try to, you know me. You can trust me. Wrong answer. Okay. Let's look at the second base where you headed in the next phase. You had the Two of Pentacles. Things actually changed. Not only do you find balance, this chick, she's got a skateboard. Now, anybody that can ride a skateboard, you get big props for me. I'm an artist. I'm not an athlete. But skateboard takes balance. She's a skateboarder. She could ride that skateboard, which lets me know that you got balance. It's a delicate thing to contain this balance here. Because I tried to get on a skateboard. Yeah, no, it's not for me. I did not fall down and I did not hurt myself because I didn't stay on it long enough to find out. That's okay. I wasn't meant to be an athlete. But the fact of the matter is, if we're talking about life, heck yeah, I'm seeing you, whether you skateboard or not. In life, you got this balance. You know how to handle home, work, you know, physical, spiritual. You know how to handle your mental and your emotional. You know how to keep your life in balance. Okay, that's your second phase. So not only do these people try to come back after trying to make you feel like you couldn't make it, but you find so much balance and peace in doing it. It's like, I really got this down. I really know how to do this on my own. Yeah. Abandoned. Yeah, left out, walked away cold. Yeah, anywhere where you had felt abandoned before, you don't know more. Yeah, because I do see that in the beginning, that could have been part of how you started this out by yourself, was realizing like nobody cares for me. And where in the beginning of this, you know, that was a big part of your journey and a big part of your emotional and mental state of being. You finding so much balance here that whole abandonment issue, yeah, it doesn't work. It's a fake mask. It's a fake mask that you are wearing. And there's smoke around this fake mask. And it seems like you purified that energy out of your life. That's what I'm seeing. Because they gave me sage energy. They said, yeah, you purified that energy right up out of your life. You found balance. You figured out how to do the skateboard of life. Okay. And the star is in reverse from the other side of the table energy, talking about how, yeah, They didn't want you to heal that. Somebody here didn't think you were going to heal that. They thought that you had codependency and abandonment issues enough to draw you back in, enough to keep you hooked, enough to make you come running back to them, or make you get so excited that they come seeking you out when you didn't. No, that's not where it's at. That's not what you're doing in this at all. So let me see some more about this second base in your next phase. So first they're going to try to return. And because you trust in your journey and you ain't trying to worry about trusting in them, your faith brings you full circle. And where does it take you full circle to? You. It brings you back to where you started with yourself. When you were born on this planet, you were born as a whole person. And you're realizing that now again. Yeah. And it's like these people, one of the things you realize in the next phase is that they wanted you to depend more on them than you do your source, than you do your spirit, your God, the universe, your highest self, like your journey and your purpose. Things come full circle because you did believe. You started to learn how to get comfortable in the new energy, relying on yourself. You really knew you could trust in yourself when these people start coming back. Yeah, you're coming into a new beginning, and it looks like this new beginning is in your third base, which is where you're headed, the final phase. Let's see some more about what this new beginning looks like with the full. Show me the new beginning here for the tribe with the full energy, because the full is ready for the new beginning. You have all the trust, you have confidence, you ain't worried about nothing. I can go anywhere, I can do anything vibes with the full. Yeah, you're the journey. This is my life journey. It's my life, okay? No doubt Gwen Stefani in my life, okay? I'm hearing, I'm just a girl. Okay, is the energy. And broken, shattered, heartbroken, destroyed. Yeah, somebody else is going to be broken, shattered, heartbroken, and destroyed. Because you are not caring. You're busy like trusting your inner guidance system. She's holding her phone up to the sun. She's smiling. She's dressed for success. Okay, so anywhere where you were broken, you have remembered yourself. In other words, you have put yourself back together, honey. And anybody that tried to broke you, I heard, get your hand broke. Somebody tried to get you to, give me some of your time. Give me your attention. Give me some money. Give me, get your hand broke. That's what I heard. Yeah. They're the same hand that tried to break you finds itself broken. They should have never put their self at risk in this way. Okay, where you're headed, the final phase. Yeah, see, they blocked out. Oh, they're getting tired of having to deal with this stuff. They're getting tired of having to, they're feeling frustrated because, you know, they couldn't affect you. While they sitting up here in the same broken energy they tried to send to you, blocked out of your journey, and you're just trusting. I'm hearing happy-go-lucky, serendipity, synchronicity, alignment. Yeah, because you're protected. Your rejection is divine protection. Anytime, and they try to, okay, so some of you, this is really talking about, this is somebody who tried to attack your ability. They tried to attack your ability by putting some stuff into your head. They tried to program you. They tried to make you feel like you weren't the shit, but really you were. They tried to humble you and knock you down a notch or two. Some of these people, the witch at the end of the world, this is an important ending and a new beginning. Their ending is figuring out that, oh, I can't attack them no more. I can't connect to their energy no more. Their new beginning is having to do shit out of their own energy without touching yours. Some of them, their new beginning is just not having your helping hands around anymore because they broke any opportunity to receive anything from you. Okay. What's the results in this? We have the Queen of Cups, and it talked about you being receptive. You're going to be happy. You're going to, I feel like you're happy already. I feel like you're doing good. I feel like you're comfortable with your life. You have your faith. And now, excuse me. And now in this final phase energy, like they can't, they can't deny the fact that you now have an ability to reject. It's like if you used to be a people pleaser, if you used to be a yes person, if you used to be so overly submissive to a fault, you have no problem. Put your foot down and say no now is the energy. I feel like this reading has come out several times with different words every time, but several times. Show me why the Queen of Cups is here as a result. Oh, wow. They just showed me a whole scene. They just showed me a whole scene where like somebody tried to lock your magic. Like they try to put a block on your magic. That block, this is all spiritual work, okay? This is all, honestly, what I'm talking about is some really dark magical work that they did to try to bind your energy to theirs. So anything you used your solar plexus for, your determination, your actions, the moves you would make, it's like somehow they were reaping the benefits of it. This is like all those young child actresses and musician boy groups and stuff. They sign a contract with the devil, and then, you know, they end up with shit in their hand. They end up with nothing. They end up owning nothing, having nothing, no money in the bank at the end of the day because they were foolish. They made a fool move. They didn't know no better. But I'm talking energetically, right? Energetically, in some sort of way, you and this person had some sort of connection where they were able to take advantage of the energy that you brought to the table. Yeah, that's not working for them anymore. They're not able to tap into your energy like that. And I'm seeing an energetic band around your waist, almost like a belt, okay? And I see it cut off, and I see that it was so tight around you that, you know how a rubber band is stretched so tight and that if you cut it, it goes flying? It's like that. It goes flying away, right? So I see that whatever this was done, whether it was of the mind, whether it was spiritual, to try to, again, bind you, to try to bind you. For somebody, this happened when you were 8 years old and you showed your skill and you showed your talent and they knew you were destined to become a star, Lord of mercy. And they didn't want you to be a star. They wanted to steal your star power. But your faith came full circle and they have no access. Access is denied to you. Their efforts are rejected. The energy is upright for you at this time now. Oh, wow. Okay, what a card came out? Lusting. Forbidden, non-committal sexual energy. You're going to be really happy. They're going to be wishing and lusting for your energy. This is the result. They're going to be lusting for the energy. Some of these people are going to turn tricks now for a living because that's the only way they're going to get any kind of income. And it's not even going to be like high-class tricks. I'm just seeing low, dirt po tricks. Lord of mercy, this is a terrible outcome for them. But then, you know, that's not my problem. Why did they try to do that to you? That's their problem. They should have been thinking about the fucked up shit they were trying to do to you. And they won't be living this fucked up shit as an outcome. Lord of mercy. Yeah, 7 of Wands. Now they want to try because working against you has gone so terribly bad for them. They're going to want to try to now see if they can shift the energy. This is crazy. They're going to try to protect you. But the thing is, nothing they do is going to work anymore. Nothing they do will work anymore. They can't work against you. And because against you has fucked them up so bad energetically, they want to try to work for you. And that's not going to work. Nothing, it's like they're looking for any way to escape the consequences and repercussions of trying to make you feel small, trying to tear you down, trying to rip you to parts, trying to do all this stuff to you. Because they saw that you had star power. Because they saw that you were so capable, able, talented, smart, whatever it was. And they used to try to bully you and beat you down about this. They used to try to make you feel small. That doesn't work. You came to be in your maturity the way you were supposed to be in your maturity, the way you were divinely designed to be. And what Spirit showed me is all that resistance did was just like the weights in the gym, which is resistance. It made you stronger. It made you able to work your energy more powerfully. It made you more connected to who and what you are and the divine. It made you more loving, compassionate, understanding, considerate. It helped you to appreciate really good people when they get on you. When you got people on your team, boy, you are a great friend to have. When somebody comes around and they treat you well, damn, you're a great friend to have. Why? Because you had so many mucka-hucka who's trying to come against you your whole life. Oh yeah, the switch up is real around here. The shift of energy, like they tried to mess with your destiny. They tried to stop you from becoming all that you could be because you were more than meets the eye when you was a little kid or when you were younger or whenever the heck this person came into your life. They knew that you were meant to be something great. They tried to make you feel like you needed them, like you would never get nowhere nor be nothing without them. Yeah. So for some of them, the important ending that's happening, the witch at the end of the world. Whoever this person is that claims that they're a witch, that feels like they're a witch who could cast spells and try to tap into your energy. Baby, they don't like these consequences and repercussions for messing with the chosen ones, for messing with the tribe, for messing with the ones who got the high vibe, the ones who have the balance, the mastery of the shadow and the light, the ones who had to learn how to stand and walk on their own 2 feet with all their might, the ones who had to guide their own way through the dark night of the soul. The ones who had to shed all the tears alone in their bed. The ones who had to build themselves up from the bottom of their feet to the top of their head on their own. This little witch thought she could cast some sort of spell. And now all she did was cast herself into her own dark hell. That's what I hear. And it's coming through channel tried and true on purpose for a reason, honey. Do you understand the season, baby? Do you understand the season that you are in? Show me what else you got for the tribe as the resolution, the outcome, the result. Oh, they gonna be mad as heck. They finna be mad as heck. They're gonna be mad as heck because nothing they do working against you or trying to be for you is going to rescue them from the hell that they created. They wanted you to live in this hell because, see, you were meant to shine, honey. You were meant to be seen. You were meant to be seen. They thought they could stop it, but no. We're upwriting this card right now. You made a choice in the past. You made an important choice in the past. You made an important choice in the past that no, I will not be stepped on no more. I will not be shoved down no more. I don't care how much they try to convince me that I ain't shit, that I'll never win, that I'll never be rich, that I'll never be successful, that I'll never be loved, that I'll never be good. That's the type of stuff they put into your head. You decided, like this looks, with this movement card coming out, it looks like my mama saying, baby, just because you're subordinate in the shit don't mean you have to stay in it. You can get up and clean yourself off and move on. That's what they look like. You were born in the shit, baby, and somebody tried to keep you stuck in it. But you are never meant to stay there. And you know what shit is? It's fertilizer, baby. It's fertilizer. You used all that shit to grow, not just to stink. You used it to grow, and you grew through all the shit. Every name calling, every time they try to knock you down, every time they try to hurt your heart. That made you a strong-hearted person. That gave you resilience. That gave you determination. That gave you, I got this. And you know what? I don't need you to be on my side. I don't need you to be my friend. I don't need your support. I don't need your funky family. I don't need your nothing. I got this. I'm going to make this. And you did that. And the coolest part about this, from my perspective, is that as you look back and you see how far you come, baby, you don't owe nobody thanks. Not me, not them, not nobody else, except for you. So if you haven't done this yet, I'm going to need you to consider this as an option, and you'll love it if you do. Look yourself in the eyeball in the mirror and thank yourself. Personally, when I did this, I was 100% naked, fresh out the shower. To me, that's an hour of power. Do it how you want to if you choose to. You don't have to do shit I say. Like I said, you got yourself here, so do what you may. But this is something that you might really enjoy. Look yourself in the eyeball. Remember everything you got yourself through. Who was there for you? Who held you down when no one else was around? Who told you to pick your chin up and take the next step? Who told you you were going to be okay? Do that. Recognize yourself. Thank yourself. Thank you, baby. Everybody fucking ditched us. They thought they left us in the dust. They thought they were going to fucking bury us. And baby, you got me through. It's all thanks to you. Thank you. And it came with the, you know what? Never again will I ever betray you to be loyal to any of them. Never again. I will always be loyal to you from here forevermore. Because you're the one that got my back. You're the one that got me through the worst days of my life. And you're the one that gave me the best days of my life too. And when I thought I didn't have it, you're the one that went to bat and did everything you could to make sure everything worked out. It was you. You got me through. So from here on out, thank you. I'm going to give all credit where credit is due. It's not them. It's not that. You did it with me. You took care of me. You held me down. You stayed around. You had my front, back, side to side, up, down, and all around. You always took care of me. And I don't care what anybody else says. You're the best. You're my favorite person. I love you. And you love me more than anybody. That's the vibe. There's something magical that happens when you recognize that for yourself, about yourself. Huge magic in that. Because all too often, we are all too busy ridiculing ourselves, beating ourselves down, saying ugly shit to ourselves. Why? Because all these other shits around us have tried to put us down. You end up repeating that shit to yourself. Just stop. If you're still doing that, just stop. Right? But that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Somebody here, they really thought that they were going to, it's like they know their time is up. They know their time is up. They've had their heyday playing with your energy. They've had their heyday playing with your wealth, with your success. All that's, they don't get no more of it. She lost. And now the consequences and repercussions of that, well, they're going to sit there angry, trying to block off the karma, wishing they could get into your energy. And now you know. And you're the one sitting in this happy. You're the one sitting in this success. Everything already came full circle for you during, we were sitting up here at the second base when things came full circle for you. And the third base, they already had no access. And at home plate, baby, they really mad because you make it home. They thought you were never going to make it home. And home is that they're giving me the word home. It's about you being with you being on your own team. You're not working against yourself. See, they had an end. Some of them, they didn't quite use black magic or none of that shit. But they did use this crack that they created, this where they dismembered you from yourself. They had you working against yourself, telling yourself all the lies and the bullshit that they wanted you to believe was true about you. It created a fracture in your soul. But you, through all these experiences, put yourself back together. There's no cracks for them to get in. There's no cracks for them to put a wedge in between you and you no more. You're solid. You got this. I'm proud of you. You did this. Even with nobody by your side. And since you could do all that, honey, from here on out, it's like an easy ride because you've been through the worst. It's like you've been through the worst of it. Anything else you come up against is going to be so smooth sailing for you. Not at all going to be as much as a challenge as anything you've already been through. So remind yourself as you go forward in this. And they're also saying, likewise, as you sit here, understand something else. They want you to understand something else. That as you sit here and you give gratitude for all you've been that made you all you become, your future self is sending you back the love too. Who you become that you don't even know yet in your future days is sending back all the love, all the assistance, all the support, all the praise to you and who you are right now. Because you're not done yet. There's still more coming from you. I'm so excited. Put some in the comments. Let me know how this resonates with me. Let me know how it vibes with you, Hashtag I got me for the win. Hashtag I got me for the win. That's it right there. Okay, because every time I bet on myself, I win. I bet myself to win, and I do. This is the energy that's coming through. Yep, that's what I got for you. So before we get out of here, I want to go into see what's in my comments. I can't really make everything out from back here, but let me just see. I did not prepare myself for this, so stick around if you want to see me go through the comments. You want to see me read what you had put up there. I only know you've been here if you do comment. If you don't comment, I'll never know you were here. Okay, and what do we have? Sandy's here. Yadira, ALJ, Lopa, Pokemon cards, Tina J, D. Marie. Yes, thank you for encouraging everybody to get the double tap and get the likes up. Thank you so much. Lisa. Bauer decided to stay. I'm glad you found it spot on for you. Lisa said, absolutely. Believe it 89 said, preach, ma'am. Hey. Johan, thank you so much. Very true. Wingless said, like what you were giving me. Okay. Got it. Amanda, a yoke is a hair. Okay. That's funny. Tina said, that's fact. The required fee, what's up? Bumblebee, what's up? Access denied. Absolutely, Wingless. Access denied, baby. Gerardo, what's up? Cynthia Swain. Sneaky, what's up? You know what, Cynthia? I don't know what the heck you was talking about over here. Your neighbor and your husband, I don't know. Grounded Intuition said the switch up is real. Absolutely facts. Okay. Cynthia, what does that have to do with this conversation? Help me understand, girl. Tina said, came from the mud. We have to honor our soul, folks. ASNB, absolutely. That's right. Cynthia looked like she's setting herself up to get silenced on the channel. Girl, calm down. I know. Stay on topic, honey. Don't be a distraction to the tribe. ASNB said, I got me. Chantrell, welcome. Story over 11. Thank you so much. And your reminder reminds me where I came from. It's good to remember where we came from. It is really good to remember where we came from because, you know, that's how you can give yourself reminders of how capable you are, how you can move forward. You know what I'm saying? How you can outcome and overcome all the stuff. Yeah. People will say and think a lot of things, but it doesn't have to have any relevancy. It don't have to have no meaning. It don't have to have no weight in your life. Okay. So this is what I have for you tonight. So thankful and grateful for your beautiful presence, for all the YouTube things that you do, for the growth on the channel, them likes, them shares, the comments, the hypes. Anybody who can hype the videos. I hear that hyping helps them decide to promote the channel more. So it's something that's available for smaller channels who could use a boost, in our channel is a potent channel. So however it works out, I know it's perfect. Even when I was sitting here doing readings for, 5 people, 10 people, 15 people, whatever it was perfect. And now that you're all here, yay! It's fun when more and more of us come out to play. So thankful and grateful. This witch is at the end of the world, baby. She don't know what she got coming to her now. She done messed up. She faffoed. The lady faffoed, whoever she was. And so, yeah. Have fun with that. Until next time, so thankful and grateful. And sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. That's all, folks. And